I just missed the event. We just missed the event. The same thing as last year. She's like, this is my day.
Welcome to Google I/O Connect India.
Swimming in Erica's?
Thank you for joining us today in person and over live stream.
Mommy wants to know because she's going to leave work
We are at an amazing time
right
now.
Swimming.
AI is shifting the trajectory of our daily lives. Here at Google, in the Gemini era, we are working to bring our cutting-edge AI technologies straight to your fingertips.
Do you want to?
From the magic of Add Me in Pixel to insights on complex questions in the Gemini app.
I want to.
AI has been transforming every one of our products and enabling deeply personal and helpful experiences.
Do you want to talk to Mommy?
In fact, we recently announced a free one-year subscription to the Google AI Pro plan for students across India. They'll have access to the latest features of our most capable AI model, Gemini 2.5, to help them learn in new ways and build a brighter tomorrow. And developers, all of you here, are literally writing the next chapter of India's success story, using AI capabilities to build real-world applications that are reaching millions of businesses and people across India and the world.
Hello?
Together, we can harness the powerful AI capabilities to drive meaningful change for everyone, everywhere. We at Google DeepMind have been committed to applying our fundamental AI research to the world's biggest challenges. We've partnered with local communities to apply this research to build impactful solutions for India across energy, medicine, material science, and more. Like AlphaFold, which 1.5 lakh researchers across India are using to help solve some of humanity's most complex challenges, from autoimmune diseases to cancer and so much more. Or the agricultural monitoring and event detection API we just launched a few weeks ago, which aims to support the growth and resilience of India's agricultural sector and help farmers. It's crucial to make sure that we build a truly inclusive AI ecosystem so that no one is left behind. That's why we are embarking on a close collaboration with Bharat Jain at IIT Bombay to build indigenous Indic language, automatic speech recognition and text-to-speech models. You'll hear about many more partnerships in the language space today. We can't wait to see the new opportunities that AI built on these models open up for people across India. Today, you'll hear about our efforts to make this a reality for you today with our foundation models that are more powerful, capable, inclusive, and efficient. Our new agentic capabilities shorten your journey from app ideation to launch. And we have so many other tools and programs to help you in your journey, not just building innovative products, but also building businesses that endure. And in keeping with the spirit of Google I/O, we're going to try and give you as many demos as possible in the next 45 minutes. So, if our demo succeeds, what will you do? And if a demo fails? Alright, so here's Manish to warm us up with our very first demo. This one is on Project Astra, our research prototype. We will also target bringing these capabilities into Gemini Live.
When my mom eventually gives me the tobacco, I bring it to you. But I somehow gotta get him out of the house.
Thanks, Manish. Let's consider the domain of education. In India, millions of students study an English-based curriculum. But it may not be the language they are most comfortable with. This creates a significant barrier to true understanding. What if we could change that? What if we could give every single one of those students a personal tutor, one that understands their curriculum and most importantly, understands them? For this demo, I'm going to interact with Astra in Hindi and present a problem in English. Let's see how it can help after it takes a few moments to connect.
How are you gonna bring it to me? What are you coming? What do you mean?
नमस्ते। क्या क्वेश्चन 3 में मेरी हेल्प कर सकते हो?
No, I know.
Why?
हाँ जरूर, मैं समझती हूँ कि आप चाहते हैं कि मैं इस इक्वेशन 3x² + 5x - 2 = 0 में x का हल निकालूं। क्या आपने इसे ट्राई किया है और क्या आप मुझे इसके स्टेप्स दिखा सकते हैं?
I want to.
हाँ, मैंने क्वाड्रेटिक फार्मूला यूज किया है।
And I don't want
क्या
to
ये सही है?
Well, then you go hang out with mommy.
आपने डिस्क्रिमिनेंट में गलती की है। आपने भूमिकल बारे थे रट हुए a² - 4ac टर्म में माइनस साइन मिस कर दिया है। a बारे b डार और चिल्ला के सही कोएफिशिएंट्स 3, 5 और -2 हैं, लेकिन आपने c के लिए 2 यूज किया है। सही एक्सप्रेशन 25 + 24 होगा। जब आप इस गलती को सुधर लेंगे तो सही आंसर 1/3 और -2 होगा।
Thank you.
I'm not talking to you.
So you see, we are working on fixing some issues, but what you just saw is the power of Gemini responding more naturally, more conversationally in mixed languages. Now imagine the impact for every individual, anywhere, having access to this personal, multilingual assistant in education and multiple other domains. Now this is an early look at work underway in our labs. Stay tuned for further updates. Thank you.
Thank you, Manish. Your demo took me back to my early student days. I remember when we switched from Hindi medium to English, I found it so hard to cope initially. The pace of innovation from Google DeepMind has been absolutely incredible. And we're putting our latest, most capable AI models directly in your hands. After a decade of investment and research, we are fully in the Gemini era. This year, we introduce the Gemini 2.5 family of thinking models, our most capable and intelligent yet. 2.5 Pro is the leading model across various benchmarks, from reasoning and knowledge to code editing, image understanding, and solving long context problems. 2.5 Flash offers the best balance of performance and speed on everyday tasks. 2.5 Flash Lite is great for high volume, cost efficient tasks. It's our fastest and lowest cost model in the Gemini 2.5 family, and as of a few hours ago, it's generally available. We also released Gen Media models. You can generate music with Lydia, and Imagine 4 is our latest and most powerful image generation model to help you supercharge your creative projects. It brings incredible improvement, especially its game-changing ability to generate crystal clear text within images. It's a massive leap from Imagine 3. If you haven't tried it, check it out today using the Gemini API and Google AI Studio. We're also pushing the boundaries with video. Veo 3, our newest and most powerful AI video generator, integrates high-fidelity visuals with a crucial new dimension: fully synchronized sound. It is now available via the Gemini app, Flow, the Gemini API, and the Vertex AI. Check it out and show the world your hidden talent for creating Bollywood blockbusters.
They told me, "Sailor, go say ahoy to everyone in Bengaluru." But, well, let's just say I won't be making this voyage by sea.
Good call. The best place to start exploring our models is in Google AI Studio. It's the easiest way to go from an idea to an application. It's where you'll be able to quickly test all models and new capabilities right in your browser, like native audio output and significant improvements to the live API so that you can build natural conversational agents. With the Gen AI SDK now supporting MCP definitions, you can build AI agents that can use a growing number of open source tools to query a database, trigger a workflow, and more. Gemini 2.5 is incredible at code, so we have also added it to AI Studio's code editor to quickly generate apps with a simple prompt. And it's optimized with our Gen AI SDK, so your prototypes have first-class model integration with the Gemini API to validate your ideas and help you build even faster. You can find this in the Build tab. To give you a quick tour, please welcome Mark.
As an Australian visiting India, I wanted to build something that spans both of our cultures. What better way is there than through cricket? In AI Studio, I've prompted the Gemini model to make me an image-generating app that looks up the latest sports matchups for two teams and generates a cartoon image to illustrate the result. So let's visualize how the last ODI cricket results went between our two countries. So the first thing that this app does is use Gemini grounded with Google Search to generate a result summary of the most recent event. Then it uses 2.5 Flash to generate a prompt for Imogen. Then finally, Imogen brings it all together to show us a colourful representation of the game. In just a second, it should be here. So as well as the image, you can see that we have a text summary that shows the game, and then any links that links to sources obtained from Google Search. So it looks like India beat Australia. That hurts, but congratulations nonetheless. So if you want to generate an app like this yourself today, you can do so in the Build tab of AI Studio, and maybe I can work on my batting at the AI Cricket Challenge booth that we have at a demo today. I'll see you all there.
Thanks, Mark.
Thank you.
It's fantastic to see you work on your cricket.
I'll see you there.
So I guess we'll see you in Chennaswamy Stadium. But seriously, that was a great example of our commitment to ensuring everyone has access to these powerful development tools. We're also working to make sure the AI models reach English-level quality of responses in other languages. With our Gemini family of models, we've made progress. Gemini models are currently available in 9 Indian languages, and we have worked to improve their understanding of context, building towards a future where AI is more capable of reflecting and responding to India's rich cultural heritage and linguistic diversity. We're also making progress in resource-optimal ways. Gemini 2.5 requires fewer tokens than Gemini 1.5 to process Indic languages, while operating at similar or better efficiency than competing models. This translates directly into computational and cost efficiencies for developers building for India. Our benchmark leading Indic capabilities are also available in Gemma, our family of powerful yet lightweight open models for developers based on Gemini. Indian startup Sarvam, share? Sarvam has built a 4 billion parameter translate model using Gemma to accurately translate long-form context across all 22 scheduled Indian languages while preserving context, coherence, and cultural nuance. Sarvam is one of the startups selected by the India AI mission to build AI models rooted in India's reality. Today, I'm proud to share that in addition to Sarvam, we are collaborating with Socket AI and Gyani, also part of the India AI mission, as they build Make in India models on Gemma. You can catch up with Sarvam and all the innovators here today at their demo booths and learn more about how you too can build the next generation of AI-powered experiences from India, for India and the world. Now, to tell us more about the latest Gemma updates and customizing your own model on your own hardware, I'll leave you with Umar.
Hello everyone, I'm very happy to be here. The Gemma family of open models demonstrates our commitment to making useful AI technology accessible to all, leveraging the same technology that powers all of our Gemini models. This past March, we celebrated Gemma's first birthday. It was a milestone marked by incredible adoption from the developer community, and the momentum has only grown. Today, we have surpassed 180 million model downloads, thanks to And this is thanks to a vibrant community that has created over 80,000 variants based on Gemma. We love how you have embraced Gemma's multimodality and long context, applying it in powerful ways. And as you just heard from Manish, language has played a big part. Inspired by you, the new Gemma 3 models are the best multilingual open models on the planet, available in over 140 languages, including many Indian languages. And we are pushing that boundary even further. We have released Gemma variants for different use cases, such as Shield Gemma, for safe LLM deployment, or Med Gemma, our most capable open model for health AI. This multimodal model for medical text and images helps you build apps that can be used in the healthcare industry. It can be fine-tuned to improve performance for medical applications, and it can be used as a privacy-preserving tool within agentic systems. And just 2 weeks ago, we released a 27 billion parameter model, multimodal version for it. And there's more. Scientists are even using Gemma to support groundbreaking research with Dolphin Gemma, the world's first large language model for dolphins. So imagine one day being able to maybe talk to dolphins. Of course, Gemma shines when run on-device. So to power the next generation of on-device AI and push our vision for accessible AI even further, there's Gemma 3N, recently fully released. It shares the same cutting-edge architecture as our next version of Gemini Nano, and it's engineered for incredible performance on mobile hardware. It can run on as little as 2 gigabytes of RAM. Now, let's take a quick look at what you can do with Gemma running on device right now. So I'm going to use one of the great community tools to run a Gemma model completely local in this laptop right here and play with it. This tool is called LM Studio, It's a very popular tool that enables you to build local experiences with open models. So let me show you how powerful these models are and how easy it is to build with them. To get started, I'm going to drag and drop an image, and I'm going to ask what is in this image. And again, all of this is running here locally in my computer. After a few seconds, you get the output, and if you read carefully, you will see that it's a correct description. It says that it's a picture of a person, that there is the India Gate in Delhi in the background, and that there's the Gemma in the t-shirt, obviously. So let's try something a bit harder. So what I'm going to do now is put the image of my flight to come here to India, and I'm going to ask to extract the information as a JSON. And again, we need to wait a couple of seconds. This is running here in my computer, and there you go. It's a properly formatted JSON with information from the image. Here, Gemma is using image understanding and structured output, which makes building AI applications even easier. And again, we are using the small model, the Gemma 3 4B, completely local. So imagine the possibilities. All right. So talking about the possibilities, nowhere is the impact of AI more powerful than when it's powering the experiences you build for your users on their phones. So to show you how you can harness the power of AI to build excellent apps on Android, please welcome Matthew and Florina to the stage.
Thanks, Omar. Trips to India are always a highlight of my year. The innovation coming from you, India's best developers, inspires me every single time. The Indian ecosystem is the second largest developer network in the world. In just the last year, the Play and Android ecosystem contributed $47 billion in revenue to app publishers and the wider economy in India. And it enabled the creation of 3.5 million jobs. This makes me even more excited to show you some of the new features and capabilities that help you accelerate your app development. Florina and I want to show you two things. First, how you can harness AI to build truly excellent Android apps. Apps that are delightful, performant, and work across devices. And second, how our libraries and tools can help you be more productive.
We built a new sample app called Androidify, where you can transform yourself into a cute Android bot with a self. It's a great example of how AI can unlock entirely new experiences on Android.
What are you doing?
We particularly love seeing all of the dogs, yes, dogs, Androidified with their owners. Are they cute? You can try it out yourself in the sandbox area. When it comes to AI on Android, you have a choice. You can use models on the cloud or right on the device. For Androidify, we use the Gemini 2.5 Pro model via Firebase AI logic to get a description of the person from an image. And then we use the Imagine model to generate the Android robot from that description. But if you need to process sensitive user data locally or do something completely offline, we've got you covered as well. Our GenAI APIs, powered by Gemini Nano, our multimodal on-device model, are optimized for common tasks like summarize, rewrite, and image description, with more coming later this year.
An excellent app is a delightful app. So, we're helping you build a new level of delight into your apps with an expansion pack to the Material 3 design system called Material 3 Expressive, our biggest UI redesign in years. You can see how we're using it in the Androidify app with the new Compose Material Alpha. For example, morphing button group shapes and prompt buttons are so nice and smooth. These details are what separate a good app from an excellent one. An excellent app looks great across all of your users' devices, from foldables and tablets all the way to Chromebooks. And here's the best part. If you're building adaptively for Android, you're already building for two more form factors, cars and XR. Once an app is adaptive, you unlock access to more than 500 million devices for your app to run on. Android XR powers glasses and headsets like Samsung's Project Muhan, which you can start building for right now before it's in the hands of consumers later this year. It also powers wired XR glasses like X-Reels, which you'll be able to try as a developer edition soon. To help you support these upcoming devices, we recently launched Developer Preview 2 of the Android XR SDK. It includes Material XR components, updated emulator support in Android Studio, and spatial video support for your Play Store listings. We're already seeing incredible XR experiences, like DJs. With minimal changes, they got their app working in XR home space. And now they're exploring a 3D XR experience that lets you scratch on virtual turntables and browse your vinyl collection.
Now, building these kind of excellent experiences across devices means that you need powerful APIs and tools. So that brings us to our next topic, boosting your productivity. Jetpack Compose has the features, performance, libraries, and tools that you need to build excellent apps. 60% of the top 1,000 apps are taking advantage of the development speed Compose offers. We're hyper-focused on making Compose performance better and better. In the latest release, we see barely any janky frames on an older generation Pixel device.
When we think about helping you be more productive, it's not just about the new libraries. We've been working on a series of features that leverage Gemini and Android Studio to make building and testing your apps faster and easier. So, we've just released a new experimental capability in Android Studio called Agent Mode. You can describe a complex goal in natural language, and the agent plans and executes changes on multiple files across your project, all under your direction.
Exactly. So, we should show you this, right?
Ooh, a demo.
So what I have here is the Android Defy app. But if you look at this bold color class, I think it can be improved. So let's use Gemini. So let's say in bold color, make the name a string resource, right? Like we don't want to just hard code this.
You know, I noticed something, Florina. In that bottom right-hand corner as you're typing there, you can even choose the model that you're using.
Exactly. So I'll be using, for now, I'll just use the Gemini 2.5 Pro.
Good choice.
Okay, so we're saying move the both color name, so string resource, but also move all of these hard-coded strings. So move the hard-coded names to resources, and then fix any issues from this change. Okay.
Tall order.
Let's see what it's doing. Yeah, a mix of like specific things, but also fix any issues. Okay. So it's going to locate the strings.xml. Oh, so one thing to mention here, in Android Defy, we have actually multiple modules and we have multiple strings.xml files. So we saw that it was able to find the right strings.xml. And then, yeah, so it's making a plan where it's going to move the hard-coded names and then update the bold color class. Okay, so it found the strings XML, it's reading it, it's editing it.
This is exciting.
Okay, now it's modifying the bold color class. It's reading it.
And you're working so hard while it's doing all of this for you here.
Okay, it's reviewed it. We'll modify the name property. Okay, so it knew to modify the name property and even knew that this should be annotated with string res.
Wow.
Which is pretty cool. And then it's calling all of the string resources here. Okay. It removed a method. Let's see what it does. Okay, so it's gonna modify this, the place where it was calling the method that is removed. So let's see what kind of changes it makes. Let's give it another second.
Florina, what I noticed too, that you just pointed out in that last while it's making that change, is this is not just a simple search and replace or a single point change, but actually taking into account the cascaded changes that need to be made as a result of one, causing changes needed to be made in other things.
Exactly. Okay, so I don't know whether this is a network issue that Gemini is taking a while to respond, but I know for sure that it made the changes I needed in the bot color class for now, and in the strings, in the correct strings.xml file. So I would say let's pause this demo for now. We can see that it's starting to it already knows that it needs to edit files. Yes. Okay.
You threatened it with cutting its stage time short, and it's like, no, wait.
I can do this.
I heard you.
Okay, yay. Okay, so let's see what it did here. Okay, so it modified the bot color class. Okay, and then it knew that it's no longer a display name, but rather that it needs to use a string resource, because we now have the title as a string resource, and then, of course, the strings. So yeah. That was it, we're done.
Good job, Florina. Good job, Gemini. That was really cool. All the time saved gives developers like you more time to build wonderful feature ideas you have in your backlog.
I agree. This was just a taste of the progress we're making across Android, so please come chat to us at the demo booth and check out the talks, starting with what's new in Android. Cool. Now, here's Barry and Thomas to show you how it's getting easier to build more powerful experiences for the web.
All right. Welcome.
Thank you.
Hello, everyone. I love the web because its reach is virtually unlimited. With one website, you can bring your ideas to almost anyone on the planet. Our mission is to make the web an even more powerful platform, while simplifying the development process for you. We're focused on 3 key areas: making it easier to build better UI, streamlining debugging with dev tools, and enabling new AI-powered features. Let's start with UI. We all want to build stunning user interfaces with less boilerplate. And that's why we're introducing powerful new CSS primitives to simplify building beautiful, accessible, declarative cross-browser UI. Imagine building eye-catching carousels with minimal effort, significantly reducing the amount of JavaScript you need to write. And there's no better way to show you how easy this is than to build a carousel right here on stage with you all. So let me pass off to Tom, who's going to do just that.
Hello, I'm really glad to be here. So let's get started with the demo here. Thank you. So this is the start of a carousel, but to be honest, it doesn't look very discoverable quite yet. So you have to know that this is a carousel to actually, make it do the carousel thing. So what is missing is some kind of affordance, like buttons. And this is exactly the first thing that I want to add here. So I'm just uncommenting this CSS, and you can see as I'm making the change, Beat in the background has already updated my demo here, and now I have buttons that I can interact with, and it's already a lot more discoverable that this is a carousel. So let's have a quick look at the actual CSS that is added here now. So you can see now we have this new pseudo class scroll button that is essentially just adding the features that we can see on the screen. You can see, for example, here the CSS to get the button text and the alternative text here, and everything else is just regular CSS. But typically in carousels you have some sort of navigational help that tells you where you are. So we tend to call this a marker group. So let's actually add the marker group here. And you can see it gets added at the bottom, but it's not very meaningful quite yet because we can't really see where we are. But let's very briefly look at what the scroll marker group is. You can see there's another pseudo class here, the scroll marker group, right here. And again, everything else is just regular CSS to make this look the way it looks. So let's finally add some more features to it, which essentially are the things that make this an actual carousel. And now it looks like a carousel and feels like one. So you can see if I'm navigating, I'm advancing here my position marker. I can jump to regular places, like find myself in the carousel. Here we go, that's me. So let's have a look at the scroll markers. We have a pseudo class, scroll marker, and again, everything else is regular JavaScript. regular CSS. There's no JavaScript needed.
Of course, new features are only useful if they work for all your users. As web developers, we all want an easy way to know that any new feature we want to implement is going to work across all the different combinations of users, browsers, and devices. And that's why we're incredibly proud about the evolution of Baseline, which now maps 100% of web platform features and is now integrated directly into the tools you use every day. Baseline is available in ESLint, and recently Veeam moved to using Baseline as their default target. Baseline is now also available in Visual Studio Code. You can hover over any HTML or CSS property and see up-to-date and accurate feature availability, giving you the clarity and confidence to know what's available on the web directly in your development environment. Not to mention how much time you'll now save where you don't have to switch browser tabs every time you want to check compatibility. Similar functionality is coming soon to JetBrains WebStorm as well. Okay, now let's talk about debugging. We're making it smarter and faster with AI assistants directly in Chrome DevTools. Tom?
Well, stop me if this sounds familiar. It's been a long day, and you actually just want to go home. You have one last quick look at the website, and you're spotting this. Oh my God, the button is not centered. How hard can it be? Centering things in CSS, always the hardest. But luckily, now there's AI to help you with that. So let me show you how this works. So this is the offender here. Like, come on, this should just be centered, but it's off. So let me right-click it and inspect the element here. And you can see I have it in the Elements panel up here. And if I right-click now here and find this new menu item, Ask AI, we can actually ask AI to fix the problem. So let me just bluntly tell it what the problem is. So can you center this, this button horizontally? Question mark. I'm not even saying please. I'm just throwing the problem at it. And it sees a bunch of things here, and it comes up with a number of theories. So let's try the first fix. I'm not even really super reading it. I'm YOLOing it. So let's see what it does. So it suggests a lot of code changes that it asks me, hey, are you sure you want to apply those? So let's try our best, and yes, it is centered. The button is centered. Thank you, Gemini, for centering the button here. The day is saved. We can go home. Back to Barry.
Finally, let's talk about the next frontier, bringing powerful AI directly to your users on the web. We're rolling out 7 new on-device AI APIs, built with our best on-device models, like Gemini Nano and Google Translate. This means you can build smart features that run entirely in the browser without sending user data to the cloud. Think about applications that can instantly summarize a long document, help draft an email, or provide contextual prompts, all running locally on the user's device. We're also experimenting with multimodal capabilities with the Prompt API, which is now available in Origin trial from Chrome 139. Many partners from India were amongst the first to try out these APIs. These are just some of the partners that have built on-device AI use cases for their web apps. Go India!
All right. So now let me actually show you one of these multimodal examples. Here we have built a ticket scanner application that allows you to find your seat in the movie. So let's imagine you enter the movie, it's dark, the movie theater, it's dark, I have my ticket here, but I don't know where I'm sitting. So you can see here there's a bunch of seats, but I don't know which one there is for me. So let me show you this integration. There's this button, Find My Seat, and I can now hold the ticket in front of the camera, allowing camera access. Take a photo and see if Gemini is able to find my seat. And yes, it has found my seat right there in section R2, which is exactly what is written on the movie ticket here. So thank you, Gemini, for saving my seat. Well, but not all of the APIs will be initially supporting this. So we're introducing a new hybrid AI solution enabled by Firebase and the Gemini API. This approach will combine the power of cloud-based AI with the low latency and privacy of on-device processing, giving you the best of both worlds for broad reach and truly powerful interactive experiences. We invite you to sign up for our early preview program, and we would love to hear your feedback.
The web lets you write once and reach everyone. That's why we are working to make it the most powerful, capable, and developer-friendly platform possible, so you can build all new experiences with the latest tools and capabilities. Now, if you're interested in spinning up a full-stack app with a single prompt, here's Vikas to tell us all about Firebase Studio.
Right. That's bad. Namaste.
Good to see you. Well, thanks, Barry and Thomas. Namaskara, Bangalore. I just love being back here in Bangalore. First of all, a massive shout out to our incredible Angular, Flutter, Firebase, and Go developer communities here in India. Your work inspires us. This year, our focus is crystal clear, helping you build faster in every part of the stack. And that's why we're infusing AI throughout the entire development lifecycle. Firebase Studio is our agentic AI workspace where you can create full stack applications, whether you use multimodal prompts to generate code or write code to take your idea to scale. And we haven't stopped shipping. It's not been even 2 weeks since we announced the redefined AI-assisted development in Firebase Studio to help you build these amazing applications faster and easier. These include agent mode with 3 distinct modes for interacting with Gemini, giving you as much or as little control and AI assistance as you need. Of course, MCP support, woohoo, and integration with Gemini CLI. Autonomous agent mode is the most powerful of these new modes, letting Gemini work independently to handle tasks such as generating prototypes, adding features, fixing bugs, and refactoring components. And today, we have even more new features that we are announcing at IO Connect Bangalore. First, optimized AI templates that combine the power of agent mode with custom AI rules to help you generate and build beautiful yet powerful AI, Flutter, Angular, React, Next.js, and general purpose web applications. Just choose one of these templates when you create a new workspace, and now you can take your idea to an app at lightning speed with your favorite frameworks. And also rolling out today, you can integrate Firebase backend services into your app and deploy to Firebase hosting just by prompting Gemini. And there's always one more thing, right? So speaking of sharing is caring, you can now fork a workspace and create an identical copy. This not only lets you share access while protecting your main repo from unwanted changes, but helps with testing out new features and debugging. Guess what? We're at I/O, so you want to see a demo? Let me get started with that. So for the demo, I think after cricket, quick commerce is probably the most popular thing in India. So I decided to choose this as a use case where I'm going to build an application which lets me search for products in different categories, add them to my cart and check out, and give an estimated time of delivery. And let's see how fast it gets me. So I want to build a multi-platform app, and here what you see is the new optimized Firebase Studio Flutter template with AI rules for helping me create this using vibe code with Gemini. So I'm going to just fire off my prompt, and I think I forgot to add please here. So let's see. So Gemini is now thinking, it's reasoning, it's outlining a project scope, and let's see if it's going to come back with a plan. What you'll see different over here is we talked about 3 modes of creation, right? We talked about Gemini with ask, with agent and agent auto mode. I picked up the auto mode. So it's created a plan for me, which is available for me to look at under the blueprint. And here it's provided things which I asked, but also more. For example, the architecture and styling, the development plan, also the categories, including the product categories, shopping cart, but also more like user authentication. But it's also integrating with the technology stand from the front end to the back end with the back end services like Firebase Auth. So it shows a tech stack that includes Flutter and Firebase services both. So in autonomous agent mode, it's put this into the blueprint, and of course, now it can begin executing on the plan. I would be lying if I say you can build this app in one prompt. Of course, it takes more to build this application. So I've already created an app before, and here is an app which was designed using the new, optimized template, which I vibe coded. It's called Har Fresh. It delivers fresh. And then, of course, you can go in and you can pick up your favorite items like paneer, paratha, samosas. It made me hungry. And of course, you scroll down. It also adds recommendations using Firebase AI logic, which is getting all these recommendations using Gemini, including the images. So multimodal interaction happening. And then finally, I can confirm the purchase. We should have added UPI here, but we did MasterCard. And of course, you do the order details, and you can see it's integrated with Map. It's out for delivery, and it's been delivered. The fastest quick commerce app designed, just using vibe coding. So what you saw is me building this application using the template for Flutter, which lets me build this and deploy this in a few seconds and have it up and running for my users to test it and scale. Like I said, today we are announcing the same AI rules, custom templates available with optimization for Angular, Next.js, React, and simple HTML. We'll continue to make updates based on your feedback. So please keep them, please make sure you keep that coming. And more importantly, please share what you built. I'm going to look out for you on social. Now for more of what's new with the broader Google Cloud Platform, here's Matt. Hey buddy, it's all yours.
Hey, so before he leaves, everybody like that demo? That was very impressive. Thank you. So at Google Cloud, we are advancing our capabilities across the platform to enable AI. From everything we do is now focused on AI. So Google Cloud packages all of that capability, those groundbreaking innovations, into a unified stack, enterprise-ready tools and services. And we're going to talk a little about that today. Let's start with Vertex AI, our fully managed AI development platform. It's continually updated with the underlying Gemini models like GA of 2.5 Pro, Flash, and the newly released Flash Lite model that Manish talked about earlier. And now, Gemini 2.5 Flash offers ML processing in India to help the Indian developers build for regulated industries. If you want to go beyond hosted models that are available on Vertex AI, you can run your favorite open weight models. Now on Cloud Run, our fully managed auto-scaling platform with on-demand NVIDIA L4 GPUs. Serverless GPUs are truly amazing. It only takes about 5 seconds for your app to start using the GPU. We now have GPU support also in Cloud Run jobs. In preview, right now, essentially giving a serverless feel to even batch or offline inference jobs. But the power of AI isn't just in the models. It's the intelligent systems that can act on your behalf. We're making significant advancements in the world of agents with our new toolkit. How many of you heard about the Agent Developer Kit, ADK? Well, I want to see more hands on that. See, I'm wearing the shirt, right? Okay, so it's model agnostic. We love Gemini, but you can use any model you want. It's deployment agnostic. Use Vertex Agent Engine, Cloud Run, or roll your own. It also has a web UI
for local development and testing. Most importantly, ADK makes it easy to do simple things and possible to build sophisticated multi-agent orchestration. Speaking of development, to truly help you streamline your daily tasks, we've been adding enhanced developer tools and productivity features to Gemini Code Assist. Gemini Code Assist now uses Gemini 2.5 Pro and is now available for individual use at no cost. But we have more. We are introducing Gemini CLI, an open source AI agent that brings the power of Gemini directly into your terminal. While it excels at coding, we built Gemini CLI to not just help you with coding, it's versatile. It's a local utility that can use for a wide range of tasks, from content generation and problem solving to deep research and task management. To use Gemini CLI free of charge, simply log in with a personal Google account to get a free Gemini Code Assist license. That free license gets you access to Gemini 2.5 Pro and its massive 1 million token context window. We offer the industry's largest allowance, 60 model requests per minute, and 1,000 requests per day at no charge. There would be no apps and certainly no AI without data. So let me share a few things. First, BigQuery now supports multimodal tables. It has built-in vector search and natural language query as well as SQL completion. Second, our MCP toolbox for databases is a recently announced open source project to access your enterprise databases through MCP. We also have, and finally, we've announced MongoDB compatibility for Firestore, offering you a familiar API and a fully managed cloud-scale database extension. But we also have news for those of you using the Google Maps platform to power location experiences for your users. To help you deliver more accurate and geospatially aware responses from LLMs and Vertex AI, we're expanding grounding with Google Maps in India. This will help you deliver richer experiences and greater precision based on information from roughly 250 million places worldwide. We've also expanded AI-powered summaries to India in Places API and our advanced AI weather forecasting models, which also now power Google Maps Weather API, which is really helpful for developers building logistics and delivery-focused services. And last, Google Maps Places UI Kit is now generally available and more affordable. I'm glad some of you like that. That's great. We launched this program, lastly, I want to share a truly transformative initiative, the GenAI Exchange program. We launched this program back in April to empower and upskill Indian developers. The response to the first phase, the GenAI Academy, has been amazing, which is why we're thrilled to announce the second phase of the program, the GenAI Exchange Hackathon. You should be excited. If you're developers, you care about hacking. I care about hacking. It's a great chance to apply your cutting-edge AI knowledge to practical use to innovate and build solutions. So that was a very quick run through what's new in cloud. I'd like now, this is just one of the programs that we've actually started working with AI, to tell you about a few more. I'd like to invite up my good friend Karthik to talk about a few more. Karthik?
Thank you, Matt. Namaskara, Bengaluru. Chanagidira? Super. Shuru madana. We are constantly expanding and strengthening our global and regional programs, partnerships, and communities. For the last decade, the Google for Startup Accelerator family has been dedicated to India's growing startup ecosystem, supporting over 230 startups. Yesterday, we celebrated the 10-year journey at the Accelerator Alumni Summit. How many of you were there? Awesome. Through our commitment with Made Startup Hub, we have supported AI adoption for thousands of early-stage startups across India. In the coming months, we're looking to equip Indian startups with the latest in AI through our upcoming Agentic AI series and Build-a-thon with partners like NASSCOM AI. Today, we would like to welcome the latest apps cohort of startups for our accelerator program. They kick off their boot camp tomorrow. Welcome. Suswagata. We are really proud to support growth areas like gaming. India is one of the largest markets for mobile game downloads, and we want to help you build even more momentum. Through our partnership with Unity, we will be guiding 500 developers through a 6-month training and certification program to learn in-demand industry skills. Applications will open very soon. Stay tuned. For groups, a massive thank you to all our GDG organizers here today across the region. And I'm always blown away by your energy and passion. Thank you. We also have many Google developer experts in the audience today. Your deep expertise and commitment to sharing your knowledge is an incredible resource for the tech ecosystem. Thank you once again. Thank you all for all that you do and for providing crucial feedback that makes our products incredibly helpful. And finally, the Google Developer Program offers resources to learn, build, and grow with Google technologies. Well, all right. It's time to pass the mic to two very special guests for a conversation about how you can put all the tools and programs together and build an enduring company. Preeti Lobana has over 30 years of leadership experience across finance and tech. She's an expert on customer experience, operational efficiency, and corporate transformation, and she currently leads Google in India. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Preeti Lobana. Welcome on stage, Preeti. Come. Subrata Mitra is a partner at Axel, which he joined in 2008 to launch its India office. He focuses on AI, consumer, and fintech. He also is a managing director of India operations for Tavan Technologies and the founder of Firewide. Without much ado, please welcome Subrata and Preeti Lobana. Please come on. Welcome. Welcome. So, if you all don't mind, we wanted to capture this accelerating moment through a selfie. Are you okay with that, Preeti? Are you okay with that, Subrata? What about you all? Are you all okay with that? Okay, can we have the selfie stick, please? And also would take this opportunity to call all the speakers on stage so that we can have a wonderful moment which we'll capture. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, some of you come this side. More people. Yeah, here you go. We got everybody in. Make some noise, folks. Make some noise. 1, 2, 3, go. One more time. 1, 2, 3, go. Thank you all. You all been wonderful. Thanks. Thank you.
Absolutely great to be here. Welcome, Subrata.
Thank you.
You have a really unique vantage point. So I want to hear from you, not just this room, but India is truly buzzing, you know. We hear about DPI, deep tech. What makes India truly unique in terms of a confluence of factors that we have here? What's your take on what's going on?
There are a lot of things, but in the end, I would say two really important, aspects that are kind of confluencing to create this ecosystem. One is, what you see in front of you, all our entrepreneurs and our developers. They are truly world-class, and that's what has been proven over and over again over the last, couple decades that I have been part of this ecosystem. And the second part is this large canvas that we have in terms of 1.4, 1.5 billion people. And now we are truly also building for the globe. So it's not just the 1.5, it is probably the 8 billion people that we can affect and inflect through our opportunities here in India. And UPI being one example, which is now going truly global. So as we look into the next 10 years, I can't but kind of go back and look at the last 20 years that I have been here. When we first put the check in Flipkart, there were 20 million DSL subscribers in India. For all you guys that don't know what DSL is, you should go look it up. But our peak order volume used to be during lunch hour because people didn't have access at home, and they would use the office internet to order books from Flipkart. And from there, we have come to almost 1 billion cell phones, all of them data connected, and obviously most of them on the Google platform.
Great. Okay.
Maybe I'll turn around and ask you, while we have been doing our bit, Google has been around and Google has been in India. So what do you think of the current scale of innovation in India from your vantage point of being such a large corporate which has been present for the last 2 decades?
Yeah, I think to build on what you said, what's super exciting for us is the pioneering digital public infrastructure. I mean, it's just amazing because it's inherently so scalable, and that is what has enabled things like UPI, have enabled PhonePe, GPay, and the massive renaissance we've seen. You combine that with the vast population of very digitally savvy young population, and I'm not just talking about the tier 1 cities. I mean, even if you go to tier 3 cities and parts of rural India, you see people have a phone. There is high level of awareness. And I think looking at the success of consumer tech in the last few years, there is this huge buzz and energy about moving to what we call deep tech like AI. And as I said, building for the globe, not just for India. And there are different ways in which Google sort of contributes or works in this ecosystem. I mean, needless to say, we are deeply, deeply committed to India, and we are looking to see how we can enable this and foster this ecosystem to be even more vibrant. And we do it in multiple ways. I mean, one is about making sure that our stack of AI-powered ad solutions are leveraged by all sorts of startups and businesses of all sizes to grow their business, grow their revenue in an efficient manner, acquire new users. And SMB, especially when they integrate AI into their various marketing strategies and tools, do report 50% higher revenue. And for some of these younger, smaller companies, we have very specific solutions like Product Studio and Google Merchant Center, where they can generate free product images, and that is super helpful. Then when you think about Google Cloud, that's where you get, you can leverage Google Cloud to have secure, scalable, AI-powered infrastructure built on foundational models like Gemini, which helps enterprises to truly reimagine their core processes. I mean, it's like compressing a decade of transformation in a couple of years. And then we are looking at pioneering AI for India's unique context. You've heard Manish talk about the linguistic diversity of India. So what we're doing here is doing a lot of advanced research in Indic languages, the idea being to work with so many of you to come up with AI solutions that will ensure AI is truly universally accessible for Indians, right? And as Karthik also said, we do this through a truly 360-degree approach, the full stack, Google for Startup Accelerators, AI Academy, where we don't just offer sort of free cloud credits, we offer the best of our models, and we offer crucial, expert, personalized mentorship. So looking at the buzz around India, the opportunity ahead, we are committed to developing a very vibrant ecosystem to move the country ahead. Looking forward to that.
That's fantastic. Thank you.
I will ask you my next question. You have wide, deep experience. Beyond the excitement of the fundraise, what in your experience, and that's critical for everyone in the room, what makes for an enduring company? What is it that really makes a difference? Is it mindset? Is it early choices?
So it's a lot of things. Typically great companies get built over 8, 10, 12 years, and in India it's usually even longer. So there are a lot of important decisions that you have to get right. But I would say, again, a few things that you have to keep in mind is build an enduring team. I think, never have I seen a startup that has gone from start to finish in just a unidirectional way. There are all these road bumps that keep coming across. It could be very frequent or less frequent, but it's the enduring team that actually builds, moats around these drops in. So when you're having these free fall kind of scenarios, how do you kind of course correct and catch the free fall and start climbing back again? So that's probably one of the most important things to keep in mind. And the second most important thing is the area that you are going to focus on. And look at India today. I started out by saying the 1.4 billion people. So pick a problem that you think will be enduring. So clearly, there are a bunch of things happening in the AI world where a lot of the LLMs are getting better, smarter, and faster every minute, every hour. So how do you actually sit on top of those if you're not actually building one, which most of us are not? How do you sit on top of those and create solutions that truly affect your end customers? So I would say if you keep those two things in mind, that's a good starting point.
Wonderful. Wise words from someone who has deep experience.
I'll go to my next question, Preeti. So we just touched upon this fact that LLMs are getting super powerful very, very quickly. So in this AI productivity leap, where do you kind of think that these startups should focus on to build maybe some of these opportunities from your perspective that could be really enduring for India in the coming decade?
Yeah, great question, because there's so much hype around AI, right? There are so many trends that go viral. But my advice is that if, we spoke about building enduring companies, and if we are truly talking about succeeding in a big way over a long period of time, I think it's critical to focus on the real big fundamental issues that exist in India. So let's take a few examples. Healthcare. We all know that healthcare is a challenge in this country. Well, you could say that in big metros we are mostly okay, but tier 2, tier 3 rural areas, the lack of healthcare professionals and infrastructure is an issue. So some great solutions there would be super helpful.
Fantastic. And as we move along, I'm going to talk about one of our companies in that space.
Great. And then when we think about climate change and sustainability, water is increasingly a scarce resource, and I'm very sure AI can help us detect leaks and come up with better ways for resource management. Or even if you think about optimizing renewable energy grids. And the third thing really, and that's a deep need. Anyone who builds well in this space will be super successful in every which way. When you think about education in India, we heard from speakers earlier, there is a massive population of youngsters in this country who speak multiple languages, who come from different socioeconomic backgrounds. If we can build solutions that are adaptive, that are customized for each individual for their particular context, that'll really help us bridge that skilling gap that exists
So
today.
that multilingual part of it. And one of the things that I am seeing is how voice, AI plus voice is actually taking over in a big way. So that has to be multilingual, I guess.
And then lastly, I would say, looking at these sectors, leverage the AI plus the DPI infrastructure in India. Because a lot of these DPI solutions are inherently frugal and scalable and will work beautifully with many other countries. So just grab the dual opportunity of building in India for India, but also for the world.
Fantastic. Thank you.
I'll go to the next question on going to market on AI. What are some of the unique GTM hurdles for AI startups versus traditional tech? And how should founders strategically build their go-to-market strategy in a very competitive scenario, so to say?
The first caveat is we are still very early in this process. So whatever I tell you, take it with a pinch of salt. But the first thing to remember is you guys are startups, and for you in this world where the LLMs have access to the entirety of the world's publicly available data, you probably have to do something above and beyond. And how do you get there? It probably has to be in partnership with somebody who has some unique data accessible to them, which is usually the enterprise, right? But for you as a startup, how do you even get access to an enterprise actually becomes a challenge. So for example, we have invested in this company called Emma, where they have actually been able to use a lot of partnerships. So all these consulting companies, that are in the services business, we have been able to partner with them to create the trust so that a large corporate is going to at least let us in the door so that we can build solutions for them. So I would say get access to data, but in order to get access, you have to build this trust either with a partner or directly with your end enterprise. So that's like super important. The other thing to remember is there is, and like she said, there's a lot of hype around AI. So just keep focus on, what is the ROI that you are delivering to your customer. And if that customer happens to be a large enterprise, they probably have large budgets, but very quickly they'll turn around and they'll ask you, what was I doing before versus now, and why is this good for me? So at least these two important set of things is, build on data that is somewhat proprietary, and get to this level of trust is important. Now, when you go to an enterprise and ask for their data, they probably will turn back around and say, you are actually co-designing everything with me then. So what do I get in return? So be flexible. I think building large companies or building from a startup to a large company is usually about being flexible. And here is one instance that you need to be that way. So maybe I'll turn around and ask you a similar question from your perspective. Data being so critical, and these are all startups. So how do they, do the right level of guidance so that they know how to deal with enterprise data in a sort of a meaningful and yet, in a sort of an ethical manner?
So I think when you look at any country and when you think about India, digital India thrives on trust. I tell you, all of this that we are talking about just goes to nothing if the trust is eroded. So it is super critical that we are thinking about building, privacy and that security right from day one. And there are three things really. One, I would say always build safety and security in and not on top of. So if you build it into the architecture right from day zero, so to say, then you're not asking users to make complex security choices. And it's not just about security, because cybersecurity threats are getting more and more sophisticated, and it's super critical. But it's also about privacy by design, making sure that there are strong measures in place for data to be totally secure, and any data sharing is done in a manner which preserves privacy. That is super critical. Two is, whenever we are building anything in the world of AI, you have to have a set of sort of design principles. So Google has its own AI principles which are built on safety, security, privacy, and accountability. And that ensures that we are doing continuous testing. There is rigorous red teaming of models, which basically helps one model to find a vulnerability in another model before it can be exploited. Or when you are automating critical processes, very important to build in some, human intervention in the loop, that there is some prompt before a sensitive action is taken. And then we are also, I would say it's very, very important, and this is what Google is doing. Transparency and provenance is very critical when you look at data and building trust. So we embed an invisible digital watermark in anything that is generated using AI, whether it's text, image, audio, video, and that will not be altered even if data is shared, even if something is changed. That is super critical. So I would say, and lastly, use AI to combat fraud. Like we said, you said building trust is key. And how do you combat all the fraud that is going around? So again, we have our program called DigiCoverage, which powerfully leverages machine learning and AI to catch financial fraud. And we do this in partnership with regulators and law enforcement mechanisms, because this trust that you spoke about, Subrata, doesn't get built without the collective ecosystem partnering. And these are the principles I encourage every developer to focus on. Like I said, trust is built over a long period of time. It's eroded in a matter of seconds over one incident.
Okay, great suggestions. Maybe we'll kind of switch around a little bit and get to the last phase. I did want to talk about a few of our investments, but do you want to start talking about a few companies that you work with?
Yeah, when you talk about enduring propositions, really successful startups in interesting spaces, I want to talk about two. So, Cloud Physician, and I reference the shortage of healthcare professionals, especially in tier 2 and tier 3 cities. So Cloud Physician has built, leveraging AI, the radar platform, and that ensures that there is a smart ICU which is doing 24/7 remote monitoring. And they have done this by working with Google Cloud, leveraging AI. 200 hospitals in 22 cities. They've reduced mortality rates by 40%, working with 1 lakh plus critically ill patients. It is amazing, and we need to have this company scale more and more such, sort of offerings. And the second one I want to talk about in a very different space, but equally interesting, Toon Sutra. So think about them as reinventing digital comics globally. And they are using Gemini for great translation, whether it's Hindi, Tamil, and Telugu. They use Lyria for audio and Imagen for, image generation. And they have some 2 million downloads, some 3,100 plus titles, and 5 lakh plus episodes. And the way they are building digital fandom, the way they have ensured that global content is localized is just amazing. Looking forward to seeing more such examples.
Fantastic. So maybe because of paucity of time, I'll just do one example.
Yeah.
And healthcare, like you talked about, it's something very close to us as well. We have made several investments in health tech. This particular one I'm picking because of, it's a small company and we've just invested. So the news is not even that public. It's a company called August.ai. They actually create a doctor which is for a second opinion, or it can actually help doctors to kind of triage their own decisions. So obviously built on AI, and one of the examples that they gave me is there was this gentleman, they actually keep context of their users as well. So there was this gentleman and he was going to actually help out his brother by helping with a liver transplant. So he was going to give a piece of his liver to his brother. And then he had this very innocuous kind of fever, so a medicine was being prescribed. But when this guy went and spoke to August.ai, we quickly reminded him that in a month's time he had talked about doing this liver transplant, and this particular chemical that was there in that drug will actually make it difficult for him to do the transplant in a month. So he should go back and talk to his doctor and ask for a different suggestion. And he came back and told us we have pretty much saved his brother's life because it was so appropriate and that time critical.
That's amazing.
So August.ai, please look it up.
That's amazing. This is super, it's heartwarming, and the transformative power of AI. What a great example. Thank you so much for being here with us today, whether you're joining in person or on live stream. For everyone here, the next few hours are super exciting. Can't wait to see you around, experience what's happening in other areas, experience the demos. But we have something very special that we've done with VO3, and our very special friends will tell you more about it. Watch the
Thank
screen.
you.
Namaskaram. Hello. We are here to tell you more about today. After the break, sessions start at 11:30. The day is packed with great content across AI, Android, web, and cloud.
For easy access to the agenda and a map to find your way around, scan the QR code on your badge.
You can also check the printed schedules placed throughout the venue.
Over 200 Googlers are here today. Their lanyards are blue, like me. Please find them and say hello.
There are plenty of opportunities to network and meet the community. We want everyone to have a wonderful time and end this day with many ideas and new friends. Don't forget to catch lots and lots of pins.
And share your favorite learnings with your community.
you for joining us. We hope you enjoy the show. See you next year in 2026. We'll see you next year in 2026. Oh.
You want it or no?
No.
No? You want anything else?
Yes, I am.
What do you want?
What do we have?
I told you already. And you said hard-boiled eggs.
How do you go with hard-boiled eggs?
You don't want them?
No.
Alright, well, before you leave, I'll make you pasta, okay?
Me. Alright then.
Alright then.
Thank you for joining us. We hope you enjoy the show.